IQ, are we born with it or can we develop it? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have a natural gift for solving puzzles, doing well in maths, or grasping complex ideas faster than others? In today's video, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of IQ or intelligence quotient to explore whether it's something we inherit or something we can shape throughout our lives. The history of IQ testing. Before we get into whether IQ is something we are born with or something we can improve, let's take a quick look at how the concept of IQ came about. The idea of measuring human intelligence in a systematic way started in the early 20th century. In 1905, a French psychologist named Alfred Binet developed the first practical IQ test. His goal was to identify students who needed extra academic support. Binet never believed that IQ was a fixed trait, but he did help lay the foundation for how we measure intelligence today. Later on, IQ testing evolved and became more sophisticated. In the 1910s, the Stanford-Binet Intelligence Scale was introduced in the United States. And soon IQ tests were being used to assess everything from job applicants to military recruits. But the central question has remained, is intelligence a fixed trait or is it malleable? Nature versus nurture. What does science say? Let's address the elephant in the room, the age-old debate of nature versus nurture. Are we born with a set level of intelligence, or does our environment play a significant role in shaping it? The role of genetics research has shown that genetics do play a significant role in determining IQ. Studies on twins have been particularly illuminating. For example, identical twins who share 100% of their DNA tend to have more similar IQs than fraternal twins who share only 50% of their genes. This shares that there is a strong genetic component to intelligence. In fact, scientists estimate that about 50% to 80% of a person's IQ is heritable. That means your parents and grandparents have passed down traits that influence how well you perform on IQ tests. However, it's important to remember that genes aren't the whole story. Even if you inherit genes that make you more predisposed to high intelligence, your environment and experiences will still play a crucial role. The role of environment. What about the other 20% to 50% of your IQ? This is where things get interesting. Environmental factors such as nutrition, education, social interactions, and even how much your parents read to you when you were young can have a huge impact. In the 20th century, a phenomenon known as the Flynn effect was observed, named after psychologist James Flynn. This effect refers to the steady rise in IQ scores across generations. The main explanation for this rise isn't the humans are getting smarter genetically. Rather, it's that improvements in education, nutrition, and healthcare are making a difference. How early experiences shape IQ. Studies show that the early years of a person's lives are crucial for brain development. For instance, babies and toddlers who receive lots of stimulation, whether through play, learning new words, or exploring their environment, tend to have higher IQ scores later on. Programs like Head Start in the United States have demonstrated that early education intervention can improve academic performance, though the gains may not always be permanent. Moreover, let's talk about a historical example. In post-World War II Europe, many orphaned children were found to have developmental delays due to the lack of social interactions and nurturing environment. Once they were adopted into loving families and given better living conditions, their IQ scores increased significantly. This highlights just how important environmental factors are, even if you are born with a particular genetic predisposition. Can we increase our IQ? Okay, so we know that both nature and nurture play roles. But can you actually increase your IQ? The short answer is yes, to some extent. Let's break this down. Education and learning. One of the most powerful tools for improving cognitive abilities is education. Learning a new language, picking up a musical instrument, or even engaging in complex problem solving tasks can stimulate the brain. Historically, civilizations that placed a high value on education, like ancient Greece and the Confucian influenced societies of China, produced generations of great thinkers and scholars. The same principle applies on an individual level. Brain training and neuroplasticity. In recent years, the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and adapt, has gained a lot of attention. Activities that challenge your brain, like playing chess or solving riddles, can make a difference. Think about it like this: your brain is like a network of roads. When you practice something, you are paving and reinforcing those roads, make them easier to travel. While brain training apps claim to boost IQ, research shows mixed results. However, activities that are mentally stimulating can at least improve specific cognitive skills. Physical exercise and diet. Here is a surprising one. Exercise doesn't just benefit your body, it's great for your brain too. Studies have shown that aerobic exercise can increase the size of the hippocampus, a part of the brain involved in learning and memory. Meanwhile, a diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids, fruits and vegetables provides the nutrients the brain needs to function optimally. The limits of IQ as a measure of intelligence. Before we wrap up, let's address another important question. Is IQ the ultimate measure of intelligence? The short answer is no. IQ tests measure specific cognitive abilities like logical reasoning, mathematical skill, and pattern recognition, but they don't account for creativity, emotional intelligence, or practical problem solving. Consider historical figures like Albert Einstein and Thomas Edison. Einstein, known for his theories of relativity, had an IQ that was high but not off the charts. Edison, who gave us the light bulb, had little formal education. What they both had, however, was an incredible ability to think outside the box, something that traditional IQ tests don't measure well. So, are we born with our IQ or can we develop it? The answer lies somewhere in between. Genetics provide the framework, but it's the environment, education, and life experiences that determine how far that framework can be stretched. While you may inherit certain intellectual strengths, your upbringing, your willingness to learn, and the challenges you face in life will shape who you become. In the end, intelligence is a blend of what you are born with and what you make of it. So don't let your IQ score define you. Keep learning, stay curious, and never stop growing. After all, intelligence isn't just about being smart, it's about knowing how to use your abilities to make the world a better place. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of IQ and intelligence. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Share your thoughts in comments below. Do you believe intelligence is more about nature or nurture? We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.